Okay, welcome back to Let's Play Project Firestart. This is part 3. Going down to the first level, basically just to do some kind of exploration. And we got a bunch of these monsters. In here, I believe it's the arcade. This is pretty cool. Again, with the detail in this game. Close the door so no monsters come in behind us. I don't think you can play any of these games, unfortunately. But, you know, you have to wonder, with games like Doom 3 being really popular, sci-fi, scary, horror, survivor kind of games, whether they got their inspiration from here. I don't know if the guys from id ever played this game, but a lot of the things that are in Doom 3 is almost exactly like this game, except for it's a lot updated graphics. All the little details are almost exactly the same. I don't want to say almost exactly the same, but there's so much thing that's similar that I'm not saying they're trying to exactly copy, but meanwhile, the guy that's getting out of the cryo tube is Anar. He ends up being kind of a bad guy, and the girl that hasn't waken up yet is, I think her name's Mary. You're supposed to save her. You can beat the game and get out off the ship and everything without saving her, but there's no point, so it really doesn't really matter. It's just whether you feel if that's good enough for yourself. Unfortunately, nothing. I mean, it's cool that they put all these extra details in the game, like having the bathroom, and it's really cool design for its time. Good graphics for its time, but cryo deactivation detected. There's a first aid kit up on the wall there. Nothing really happens though ever with this bathroom other than you can use the first aid kit, and unfortunately you can't seem to see yourself in the mirror at all. So okay, let's go ahead and continue. Let's go up in here. So this is another corridor. Corridor Z. I'm gonna go into this far door first. Actually, I'm gonna shoot that thing. Run out of energy power on your laser gun really quickly, it seems. That's one thing you can run into a problem of running out of stuff to shoot with monsters. Okay, this is I think this is like the doctor's head geneticist room or whatever. You can't get into this room normally without the key card, so if you're gonna try to come in here, make sure you have the key card first and access the computer. He even has a nice view in his room. When we look at the other rooms later, you'll see that nobody else does. Dr. Arno's notes. Current messages, let's just check that quickly. Arno was, I guess, probably the guy that was at the top computer up on the 3rd floor that was dead. Maintenance test of cryogenic hibernation systems completed. All systems operational. Warning. Okay, we've already read that message. Cryogenic resurrection subroutine. Initialize on suspension tube number 2. That's basically talking about when Anar just got out. Yeah, Dr. Arno's notes. We embark on our epic journey today. Little does the crew of the Prometheus realize they are going to take part in an event of unparalleled historic significance. I feel powerful and in control. My preliminary cloning ideas have never been in sharper focus. The Prometheus is now in orbit around Titan. I quake with anticipation for tomorrow. Firestart begins. CIA agent Anar Kessan arrived today. It feels good to be able to converse with someone about the true nature of Firestart. So again, we have more added to the story. I kind of wonder how many people actually read this part of the story, because it's in this faraway room where you don't really have to go, but if you do, you will find out that, here it's written down that there is a connection between why Anar is a bad guy. You'll see it later on. Reshaping of the raw genetic material began today. I feel the genetic code I added for a future replication was successful, but I won't be able to confirm this until the embryo stage development. I discovered one of the crew members attempting to break my personal computer's security code. I think he may be onto us. I must have Anar look into this. There was a terrible accident today. Quotation marks around accident. One of the crew members was locked into the nucleus observation room, and the shield started to raise. It seems there was a crack in the lead glass, allowing the radiation to leak. He should succumb to radiation sickness in less than a week. Which doesn't really tell you, but that was probably the guy that I was talking about in the last note. Which, ironically, that accident they created with the radiation is probably the most common way to destroy the white version of the mutants. Microscopic examination of the embryo confirms my earlier work. Replication of creature is now assured. So he really knew all along that they could replicate, and here's basically what the real true objective of Project Firestart is. Skin strength tests confirm that future generations of the creatures will be impervious to laser fires. So there you go. Future generations, that would be the white version of the genetic monster. You cannot kill it with regular laser fire. So it's even telling you before you even try that you can't, and you have to use other methods to kill the monster. I am creating the ultimate fighting machine. The SIA will rule the system. I have made an enormous mistake. The fatal weakness I implanted in the first generation creatures will be passed on to the super creature. I can't understand how I could have overlooked the regenerative properties of the Chromini genetic material. So there it's telling you that although it's invincible to laser fire, the white monster, it still has all the same weaknesses that you read about in the Project Firestart notes. So that would mean oxygen and radiation, stuff like that. So okay, so that's all the notes. Then we've done a lot of reading in this game so far, but that's pretty much all the notes in the game, really. So there shouldn't be much more from here on out. Okay, let's go into this next room right here. And I think it's just a regular quarters room. But again, they didn't even need to put this into the game, but that they did is really cool. All the quarters look generally the same. You'll notice little differences, like this one has actual sheet over the bed and stuff like that. I don't know, it looks like a stereo system up there and whatnot, but back then I guess they didn't know they would have little MP3 players and stuff like that. Looks like maybe a coffee machine up on top with somebody's picture, and I don't know if that's supposed to be a TV right here or what. chest of drawers, and I don't know what all these computer things are over here, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, and I'll do some more exploring in Project Firestart's Prometheus spaceship on the next video.